welcome to the Emotional Balance Sheet Podcast, your guide to help you manage life, money, and multiples. Each episode, host Paul Fenner, TAMMA Capital's president and founder, and the proud parent of 4 amazing children, including 1 set of triplets, will provide insights on successfully sustaining an active lifestyle, career, and family through comprehensive wealth management strategies, financial education, and lifestyle planning, specific to parents raising twins, triplets, and more. Learn more, subscribe to the show, or connect with Paul at tammacapital.com.
This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon for investment decisions. Clients of TAMMA may retain positions in the securities discussed in this podcast.
For this extra special 50th episode, I wanted to try something different. I wanted to really make it unique. And I couldn't think of anything more unique and special in my life, besides my wife, Teresa, than my Triplets+1, Aiden, Madison, Mackenzie, and Andrew. And so I gathered all 4 of them around the table in Dad's office to have this special conversation. And I hope you get a little bit more insight into who we are, my family, and why I started TAMMA and this podcast, because as Madison will bring up, we talk about life transitions, which has been a big theme of this show really from the beginning. And so I hope that you enjoy this conversation. I hope that you've enjoyed the past year plus of the Emotional Balance Sheet podcast, and I look forward to the new year to come. So my extra special guests this week are what's known as the Fenner Triplets. So why don't each of you introduce yourself, and I'll start with you. Yep.
My name's Madison, and I'm 11 years old.
You will be 11. Okay.
My name's Aiden, and I'll be 11 this month.
My name's Andrew, and I'll be 11 this month, too. My name's Mackenzie, and I turned 9 October 4th.
So everybody commonly knows you guys as the Triplets+1, the Fenner Triplets+1. So when this episode airs, it will be a very special day. And what day will that? What special day will that be, Madison?
My birthday.
Your birthday.
Triplets' birthday.
The Triplets' birthday. And what's the other special day? What's the other special event that happened on your guys' birthday?
Oh, parent-teacher conferences?
No. So the day that you guys were born was the day that I started the firm.
Oh, yeah.
And so who can tell me how we came up with the name TAMMA? Go ahead, Brady.
So the T stands for Teresa / mom, and then A is either for Andrew or me, and then the first M is for Mac or Madison, and second M is for Mac and Madison, and second A is for me or Andrew, and then I think that's it.
That's it. So Madison, do you know who came up with the name TAMMA? Because it wasn't me.
Oh, I know. Mom.
No, it wasn't Mom.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Aunt Cindy.
No, not Aunt Cindy.
Aunt CJ.
Aunt CJ. Yup.
Why?
So Aunt CJ is just very creative. So she took all of your names and kind of blended them together and got the name TAMMA, and it really stuck. And so when we talk about what Dad does and working with families, it's easy to talk about that because the name TAMMA represents our family, and it represents all the families that Dad works with. So the question I get all the time when I tell people that I have this unique family and these Triplets+1 is, oh my gosh, like, how do you guys do it? So I want to ask you, I'll start with you, Andrew. What's the most unique thing about being a triplet? Like, what's the best thing about it? What's the coolest thing about being a triplet?
You get to have a lot of siblings.
Is that always good?
Not always good, but it's fine.
Yeah. And so not only are we unique that you guys are triplets, but you and Aiden are actually identical twins, right, Aiden?
Yeah.
So Aiden, what's that like? Do people ever get you confused with Andrew?
All the time.
All the time. And how's that make you feel?
It feels okay, but like when I go to like summer camp, I just try to trick like some of the staff thinking I'm like Andrew.
Which it has worked before, Mr. Ben.
Yes. But when we get older, you're not going to trick the teachers, are you?
You can't.
I can't.
Maybe,
Well, I can't.
maybe
I
not.
can't. They probably will.
So, Madison, when you talk to your friends about being a triplet, like how do you explain like what it's like? Like what's it like to be part of a group of triplets?
Well, all my friends ask me, like, how can you tell them apart? And I'm like, I was born with them and I live with them. I just got used to their faces. And they usually ask me, what's it like being a triplet and having two other siblings in like a set? And I'm like, and then I say back,
It's okay.
I can answer.
Okay, so Mac, so sometimes when I call you guys Triplets+1, people think that let's see, what's the right word? Slight you, which means that we forget about you and we call you the +1. What do you think about the Triplet+1 tag?
When you call us that, I don't really like it because I get embarrassed.
You get embarrassed?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you get embarrassed?
Well, because we are older and more mature, but
It's okay.
I don't really know how to answer it, but it's like really annoying.
It's annoying. Okay. So one of the other questions I get is, because you guys are obviously triplets and so close in age, is that people like ask me all the time or often is, are they all the same? And what I tell people is, no, they're all individual people. So would you say, Mac, that you have your own personality that's different than Madison and Aiden and Andrew?
Yes. Oh, and why they would tell you like, or if they are the same, is probably because of the height. Because I'm like the same height as those two. And then like Mag's the height as like those two boys. And yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
because
probably why.
what people may not know is that when the triplets were born, combined, they weighed less than what you did when you were born.
Yeah, it was 9 pounds.
You were a big baby. You were over 9 pounds.
I weighed like, my mom said I weighed like the size of a phone. Like, I think I weighed as a baby 2 pounds 16 ounces, around that. And the boys, I think, were like 1-ish pound, maybe 2.
Yeah, everybody was 2 pounds or a little bit older. So, do you guys remember how long triplets you were in the NICU for?
I think
like about like 4 months.
Oh, I went home first.
Yep, you went home first, so you were in there for 5 weeks, and then boys Yep, and then boys were in for 6 weeks. So, let's talk a little bit about what one of the financial systems that we have in our house and how we manage your guys' money, and talk about allowances and chores and things like that. Madison's raising her hand very emotionally, so go ahead, Madison.
So, how it works?
Yeah.
So, so we do chores around the house, but we have a specific chore that we stick to for a week. Then we get to pick it again. Then we get to pick another chore. And if we leave for 30 minutes, Sunday through Thursday, if you make your bed Monday through Friday, and clean your room in the morning, and if you do your specific chore, you get $5 at the end of the week. And it gets put in your envelope. At home...
And what's that called? What do we call that?
The Bank of Dad.
The National Bank of Dad.
That was the National Bank of PF.
Stop. Go ahead, Madison.
And if you, let's say you miss a day of reading, like for 30 minutes, you can make it up to Dad and read like another 40 minutes the other day, and you would still get $5. But if you miss countless days and you don't read or make your bed or something like that, you don't get any allowance for the week. But there's also little extra bonuses. Like, if you help Dad with a special TAMMA project, you may get a couple extra bucks. Or like with Mom, you could also earn like a couple extra bucks with her if you help her with something like a project or something like that. So that's what the chore chart is.
Okay. Max got her hand raised. Go ahead, Max.
So for $5 you get all or nothing, and Dad changed it up. It used to be 9 o'clock electronics off, and now it's 7:30 electronics off. And on the weeknights, I think it was like 8:30.
Okay. So we try to put some structure around reading and electronic time.
And then, like, if we read for the whole week, we get $1. We used to do that, and now it's like you get all or nothing.
All or nothing. Okay. So Brady. Aiden's nickname is Brady. So sometimes I will call him Aiden. Sometimes I will call him Brady. So I'll try to stick to Aiden. So Aiden. So we have our National Bank of Dad account here at home, but you also have a savings account at an actual bank, correct?
Yeah.
And so how does that work?
So you can like deposit money, take out money, and like I forgot.
So what do you like to use your money for?
Like buying like Roblox. And Robux is a currency money to get like special game passes and like your favorite games on Roblox.
Okay. And so Andrew, tell us about the new stock account that we just set up. Talk about like what that's like, and the new account that I just opened for all four of you.
It's like a lot of different stuff going on.
Can you be more specific?
Like you can make money at the same time. You can lose money at the same time.
So are you trying to? So you're explaining? So what a stock is? Can you tell the audience what a stock is? What does it mean to you?
It's like you buy it with your money, and then you want it to go up, and that's how you get money. But if it goes down, you're like losing.
You can lose money. Yep. Go ahead, Madison.
So we have an account for stock shares from TD Ameritrade.
Yeah.
And I have a strategy for it, like to see what shares I want to buy. I usually bid for the most successful one, so it has not a high chance of going down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I bought the Disney share because I knew that a bunch of people like Disney World or Disneyland, and Disney is always really popular, and they have like all these shows and things. And
what's your favorite show on Disney Plus?
Nothing. My favorite. Oh, I have a favorite movie on Disney Plus.
Okay, what is it?
It's Cruella.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Alexander Hamilton.
And Alexander Hamilton.
Which one do you like the most?
They're both.
So, Aiden, tell us about your stock pick. What company did you pick to buy with your first share?
I picked Roblox because it's a pretty good company, but some.
Why do you think it's a good company?
Because it like produces like good games and stuff. You can make like your own games and stuff. But rumors say it'll die out like Among Us is. It'll die out in popularity. Not much people play it more. And like Fortnite. And I watched a video on YouTube called the Rise and Fall of Fortnite. And to make a game horrible, just that horrible updates.
Okay. Andrew, tell us about your stock pick. What was your first company that you bought shares in?
I picked Apple because it is a very big company and it's, I believe, one of the first trillion-dollar companies.
That's right. Yep, it was one of the first trillion-dollar companies.
So I just bought it.
Okay. And Mackenzie, what was your first company that you bought?
First company I bought was Starbucks.
And why'd you buy Starbucks?
Because I like Starbucks and
How old are you again?
9.
And you like Starbucks?
Yes.
Me too. Same.
Okay, go ahead. Finish.
Oh,
finish
and
what
then
you're
I think I got 2 stocks of Pets. I think he got a couple stocks of Pets, Andrew.
Yeah, so what's in Madison you got a couple shares of Pets too, I think. So what's Pets? Pets Med.
Oh.
What did they do? What did they go ahead, Matt?
So for that it's like drugs that help you, like if the cat got diagnosed with something, you take the drugs and then give them to them.
Yeah,
to help them feel better.
Right, like our cat Lolly, right?
Yeah.
They're good drugs, not bad drugs.
Yes.
The cat is down there.
Cool.
So Triplets, you're in what grade now?
5th, going on the 6th grade next year.
Okay. And what do you think when you go into 6th grade being triplets will be more different than it is in grade school because it's a
Big old complex?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you mean by that? Yes, Andrew.
By elementary school and middle school, it is very different from homework, the very hard stuff in middle school, and then you just look back at elementary and it looks so easy.
Yeah. And Aiden, let me ask you the question I asked the group earlier. What do you like best about being as part of a triplet and being a twin at the same time?
Identical.
It feels unique and stuff. So that's kind of like why people know me more. And cause...
So you think you're more popular because people know that you're a twin or a triplet?
Yeah, cause people, some people at Lazy Boy know about us triplets and twins. And some people that, you guys that Dad works with, knows about us triplets and me and Andrew.
Yes, and so Lazy Boy, that's where Mom works, right?
Yeah.
Madison, did I ask you what you like best about being a triplet?
No.
Okay.
So, I like being a triplet because, sometimes, you have siblings to, play with. When I play Roblox, I usually join my siblings because they make all the games fun. And, I really like it because I have, my own group of people. And, when they stick up for me, I stick up for them. And, we always have each other's backs.
That's awesome. So Mackenzie,
Yes.
what's the hardest thing about having triplets for siblings?
Fighting.
Fighting?
Fighting.
Yeah, we have a lot of fighting going on, don't we?
Yeah, 'cause you yell every morning.
Yeah, we do tend to yell a lot in our house, but we're working on it, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we are, man.
I go home.
So,
I
Andrew-
rush. Mom yells at me.
Andrew, what's the hardest thing about being a triplet or a twin with Aiden?
Sometimes people tell on me.
Sometimes people tell.
Even if it's Aiden's fault.
And then they grab Aiden. And then they grab Aiden when Andrew did.
So what happens at school when kids get you too confused, Aiden and Andrew?
I step in.
Hold on, I'm asking Andrew.
In football, if it happens, it once happened that Aiden once did a pick 6 in football because it was so me and Aiden were so like the same. And yeah, and I once did an interception, actually a pick six at recess once. Yeah.
Okay, so as we kind of start closing up our conversation, what do you want people to know about you as an individual and as being a triplet? Yes, you can go first, Madison.
So, like, what do I like about it?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm technically the leader of Aiden, Andrew, and Mackenzie.
Why is that?
Because I was born a minute older than Aiden, a couple minutes older than Andrew, and around 22 months older than Mac. So it technically makes me technically the third boss of the house because Mom and Dad are the bosses. But when Mom and Dad are gone, like going on a walk or something, I usually have to take care of them, even if they're like fighting with me and stuff. I usually have the walkie, and I usually have to take care of them if you guys aren't out of the house.
So do you guys feel close to each other because of your uniqueness, if you will?
Yeah.
But Madison, you don't have all the bragging rights.
I don't brag.
You sort of do that. You're 1 minute or older.
I mean, because people know that. People have to know that.
Aiden, what do you want people to know about you and yourself and being an individual and a triplet and a twin? You're really unique.
Being like an individual, I'm like really talented at like video games, football and stuff. And as a twin, Andrew's pretty good at ignoring me.
All right, how about you, Andrew? What do you want people to know about you as an individual, as a person, and as a triplet and twin?
I'm very good at football, and I really like playing video games with all of you guys.
All right, and Mac?
I even play cheerleading. I do have a little problem with my friends and making them, but overall, in the school year between third grade and fourth grade, which I'm in fourth grade right now, is people calling me Big Mac and Mac and Cheese, which I don't mind being called, but when people call me like Mackie or Mac Attack or any of that, I don't really mind.
Okay.
But not really. I kind of don't like them calling that, but I guess they can call me that.
So, Mackenzie, you wanted me to ask you what the best thing about being part of this Triplet+1 group is. So what is it?
Since I'm the lowest in the whole entire family besides the cat, she doesn't really count, I guess, that when I have to do something and some person comes out and starts bullying me or hitting me, like when I'm out on my bike or alone or with a friend, I can walkie-talkie them. When I can walkie-talkie that, and they'll get my siblings, and they'll help me with the fight, or even if it's not a fight, they would like be by my side to help.
So it's really good to have your brothers and sister being your backup. Mm-hmm. Okay. And Madison, you want to talk about this big transition, because we talk a lot about life transitions in Dad's podcast here. You know, one of your big transitions is going to be next year when you guys go from elementary school to middle school. So talk to us about what you think that transition may be like, and what it may be like having your two brothers with you.
It's probably going to be really challenging next year because me, Aiden, and Andrew can all get split up into different classes. And plus in middle school, I really want to take orchestra. And they probably won't want to do it, and we will probably be separated. And plus, Like we may have different.
And how do you think that's?
episodes.
How do you are you looking forward to being separated, or do you like staying together for sometimes, or?
I mean, I'm kind of happy we probably will have different classes, but sometimes I want them to be around just in case they need like help with things. Like I would want them.
It's okay. Go ahead, Madison.
And I mean they could. Just,
And that noise was Mac falling out of her chair, by the way. Go ahead, Madison.
And plus, if the boys were in my class, I could help them, like with things that they need help with. And plus, if I'm in the same class with them and we have the same exact homework, like in middle school, you get an hour plus of homework every night. Because that's what I've been hearing from like middle school through all my friends. I can help them with that, or like if I'm done with the presentation, I can help them with theirs. But I'm still want to be in like some separate classes by myself, so I can get more of a challenge. And plus, I see my brothers every single day of my lifetime, and we fight a lot, so it's kind of good that sometimes I get to be away from them in different classes in middle school.
So do you think when you guys get older, and I'll ask Eden this, as you guys get older, do you think you won't fight as much?
Yeah, probably.
Why is that?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Andrew, you don't know?
Yeah, I know. I think it's because when we're older, we'll probably have like way more things to carry on, like sports. Like I do competitive swim for like for Huron Valley Penguins. And I also do one night of dance each week. And I'm gonna continue swim throughout.
So you think that you'll have, because you're involved in other things, and as you get older, everybody will have their own things to get involved with
and handle.
But then you'll also still be a team as well, right?
Yeah, because
that's something we talk about often, right, Andrew? What's it mean to be part of a team?
To care about them.
What's that, Matt?
To care about them.
Right. And even though we have
and not leave them out.
Yeah, so even though we have our arguments and yelling like any typical family does, at the end of the day, we're all still one team, right? Mostly, yeah. Okay, well, Madison, Aiden, Andrew, Mackenzie, I can't thank you enough for being on the Emotional Balance Sheet podcast on this. Yes. Emotional Balance Sheet podcast on this special 50th episode. So not only is it when we release this, it's going to be your 11th birthday and the 11th year that we've had TAMMA as a firm. It's our 50th podcast episode as well. So thank you all very much, and we look forward to talking again in the future.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Emotional Balance Sheet Podcast. Please visit TAMMAcapital.com to subscribe to this podcast or to connect with certified financial planner and registered investment advisor Paul Fenner of TAMMA Capital. And please join us again next time on the Emotional Balance Sheet Podcast.